Hey, Matt Cancerians. So, this is now the full moon in Scorpio on the 29th of April. And I realized that I was so excited to get all of the videos done. And I was like, yes, I got all the videos done. I'm so excited. And then I realized that I might have missed you guys. I could have just totally pretended like that didn't happen. But I do apologize. I am still getting used to this whole system of doing these videos. And so I'm going to get my ish together, okay? I'm going to get my ish together and we're going to start fresh right now. And I'm going to go ahead and just do your May video, and this is it. This is the May video. I'm going to try to actually do the videos for the first of the month. I'm kind of still testing out how this works. What's better? Is it the first of the month that's better, or is it the mid month that's better? And so for this month, we're going to do the first part of the month. I also don't necessarily believe that anything happens on accident. So there is this sort of element of like serendipity, which is like you're getting the video when you're supposed to get the video, and the video is right now, right here. Let's do this. So when I was concentrating on guys' energy, I was feeling. So there's a song by Nina Simone. A couple other people have also sung the song, but it's like "Here comes the sun, pretty darling," and I feel like there is that was kind of what I was sensing with your guys is that it's like here comes the sun. And so, there's a lot of past energies that have moved out of the way and that you guys are now in a place to start new, to start new beginnings. Perhaps, if this is about love for you, perhaps there is a new even relationship that's sort of starting, but there's a lot of things starting right now. I went ahead and shuffled. If you hear like the tapping in the background, that's my dog. People love dogs. Jax is gonna pass right behind me. Oh, you can't see him. Anyway, I have this dog. Yeah. So, um, a lot of you are starting new beginnings right now. If this is a job, you guys are possibly starting a new job, or even as new uh, position, of sorts. But this position or this job, this relationship, everything in your life right now holds a lot of potential. So I have the Ace of Scepters that comes up. And this is, I don't know if it's going to focus. Just trust me, it's the Ace of Scepters, even though it's not focusing. um, so the Ace of Scepters is basically saying, like, you guys are in a new place where there's a lot of budding potential that is available to you. That you can actually, this is a point at which you guys can actually build off of, and this is really great. I have the Lust card that comes up. The Lust card is basically telling you to transform everything in your life in love. And so if it is a part in your relationship, this is basically saying that it's time for you guys to actually use the energy of the things that you've actually been through and use the energy of the people that you've met and things like that, or in this particular relationship, use the energy of them and the positive feelings that you feel about them and transform that into something greater, something higher. If you're in a relationship and you're like, oh my God, this is really awesome, and I'm so excited about this person, use the energy of that positive flow between you two to transform that into maybe marriage, maybe having children, but not being afraid of using that. I'm also sensing that there's also this feeling of perhaps the burden of the past now kind of moving, that energy of the past sort of moving out, the burden of the energy of the past sort of moving out, and you're finally in, when I say a new place, like a brand new place, like I am a brand new me, like it is now time, you know. I have the Star card. So this is starting off really well because I have the Star card, and the Star card is basically talking about um this is the hope card. This is we move from the Ace of Scepters or the Ace of Wands to the Lust card to the Star card. And this is basically saying this is all brand new potential. There's so much hope and opportunity that is available to you if you choose to use it. Um, that's going to require you also coming out of sort of the shell, crab, of course, coming out of the shell. Cancers have a tendency to, to kind of like retreat into the shell until they are sure it's safe outside. And so this is basically saying like it's safe outside, the sun is out, you can come out now and come out and be your fullest self. And the world is waiting for you. So let me go ahead and shuffle some cards from my deck that I typically use for readings, which is a 1970s Llewellyn deck. I probably have said that before. If you're watching this video for the first time, then this is a Llewellyn deck. The other one was a Liber T deck, which is a Thelemic deck. And anyway, so yeah. I wanted to say thank you, guys. I know I say thank you in every video, but I feel like gratitude is the best prayer, as we've been told. But also gratitude is also something that needs to be expressed. And I am very grateful that you guys are here watching my video, because there's a million videos out on YouTube that you could be watching right now, and you are looking at my grill right now. So I'm really excited that you have joined me here. If you are new to this channel and this video resonates with you, if it doesn't resonate you, check your sun signs, or your rising signs, or your moon signs and rising signs. Check other signs. But if you are also new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and share and like and comment. I love seeing your guys' comments. I got so many comments last month, or this month, really, that it was really overwhelming and really unexpected, and it just made me feel really good to know that like I'm doing these videos and putting the energy out there, and that you guys are responding to them. So, all right. So I'm going to draw 6 cards. Again, the idea that nothing happens on accident. And maybe that's something that you guys need to remember too, that everything's happening sort of in its divine timing. That everything you guys have previously gone through on some level had its own sort of divine timing and something to teach you for your own personal journey. Our energies are infinite, although our bodies are not. And so when everything sort of happens, seeing things a little bit more as a like a symphony that's happening, that's bringing you into, you have your lower moments, then you have your higher moments, and then you have your high pitched moments that are a little bit uncomfortable, and then it sort of like mellows out, and everything sort of works out in that way. Okay, so ooh, honey. All right. Okay, so I just drew 6 cards. They're all pretty good. We're going to talk about it, though. So we have the ace, sorry, not the ace, the King of Cups. So the King of Cups comes out here and says that if you're a female watching this video, that there is a figure who is, who has entered into your life, who is offering you cups, who is offering you sort of more emotional stability, who's offering you a little bit more the potential for emotional fulfillment, somebody who's definitely going to be more supportive. And especially for being a water sign, you need that person who's going to be able to support your kind of ebb and flow emotionally. We have the Queen of Pentacles here. And so this is a card talking about somebody who is right now all about stability. Again, if you are a female, all about stability. And this could be male or female. This doesn't necessarily mean either or. It's just these are cards that came out. But this is about stability. So you guys are entering this place of I'm focused on my stability. I'm focused on my money. I'm focused on on the time that I give, and that time I give to others manifesting into something really great. This is definitely also about being within a place where you guys can be more, where you're a little bit more freer in love, freer in money, freer in these, sort of aspects. Sorry, I feel like I have like a hair on my lip right now. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. I have a dog, so sometimes like things turn into like dog hair. Anyway, so yeah, you guys are in a place right now where you're definitely focused on your stable elements, and those stable elements being something that doesn't turn into what has previously been. So it's like you're spending time with somebody, and all of a sudden, while you're spending time with them, you realize that you're sort of wasting your time. It's like when you start dating somebody and they're like, well, I'm not looking for anything serious, and you're like, then why are we spending time with each other if we're not looking for anything serious? You know, why have you not done the emotional work that I've kind of been forced into doing? And so there's that. We have the Hermit card that comes up. So this is telling me that there's still more to figure out. There's still more uh I always say gnosis, the knowledge. There's still more that needs to happen. There's still a little bit of there's still more emotional, there's still emotional elements that sort of need to be sorted out. There's still like, if you guys are harboring unforgiveness in any area of your life, you definitely need to do that work, especially, and get through that, because that unforgiveness is going to manifest itself within this new cycle that you're in. And really, like, why would you keep that? Like, don't keep that. Like, unforgiveness, a lot of times when we choose to stay in that sort of stuck place, we feel like we're kind of giving it to them. I'm giving it to you. I'm not going to forgive you. I'm giving it to you. And really, it's only affecting ourselves. It's not affecting them at all. And so move through that. So this is actually, this whole idea is actually supported by the Five of Pentacles too, though. And this is telling me that, there are still some hurt feelings. There is still some unforgiveness. There's still some sort of anxiety about whether or not this is really going to work. There's still some anxiety about, like, oh, well, am I just going to end up with landing on my ass like I did last time? And this is basically telling me, like, you need to do that work. Hermit, Five of Pentacles, do that work. Do that work. Don't come from a hurt place. You might have been hurt, but doesn't necessarily mean that you're in hurt. That's different. You can be, it's like when they talk about, biblically, when they talk about, to be in the world but not of the world, it's the same concept. You can have been hurt, but don't be in hurt. That's a choice. We have another ace, y'all. We have another ace. We have the Ace of Pentacles. And so again, this as well, coupled with the Ace of Scepters, the Ace of Wands, is that budding potential. But this is mainly also talking about your stability in life. Again, if we were talking about, a job situation, this is talking about you guys are in this new place, and the potential that you guys have to make the money that you want to make, or to get in the position that you want to get, even if you're not actually currently at a job. So this could also speak to not being in work at all. If you're not in work, then you're in a state where you're coming up with new ideas on how you're going to actually create the freedom, the sovereignty, the greater expression of, within this next cycle within your life. We have the ace. We have another ace, but this is in reverse. It's not a bad thing. It just means a little bit of a delay. But we'll talk about it. So we have the Ace of Swords, but this is in reverse. And this doesn't necessarily mean that, you're not going to be victorious. And this is usually the card like victory, like it's going to be might be a little bit of a battle, but there is victory in the end. Or it might be there might be some elements that are sort of that sort of present themselves as obstacles, but there is going to definitely be victory in the end. This does also say that there's victory in the end. I feel like this card is saying that the idea of victory depends on how you use your sword. So it depends on how you use the tools that you have in order to move forward. Like, so all the energies are here, but if you don't use your sword correctly, you're going to end up like chopping off the wrong heads. It's like when you start playing those video games when you were younger and you were like shooting people in the games. I'm not advocating guns, by the way, but I'm just talking about the, games where you played on Nintendo. Let's call it what's that duck game? I forgot what the duck game is called, but there was that duck game on Nintendo, like back in like the 80s, and you would like, I think it was Nintendo. Anyway, you would like shoot the little ducks. Well, the idea is that you don't want to shoot the wrong duck, because if you shoot the wrong duck, then then you cut off the wrong head, basically. There's no other way for me to say that. Don't cut off the wrong heads. Use the energy that you have right now. Use that for healing, and while you're using that for healing, just make sure that you don't then take your traumatic moments and make them into something so big that it kind of ruins where you are right now. That's what I was trying to say. Anyway, that's what I got. Let's see. Is there anything? Let's see what's on. Yeah, we have the Ace of Rods in reverse. Potential on how this all works out really does depend on you, but you have the energies here to support you, so use them. You've had experience here to support you, so use that as well. You guys are awesome and amazing, and you guys are watching my video, and I'm so excited. I'm always love seeing you guys. I'm so sorry that last month you guys didn't get your mid-month reading, but hopefully this makes up for it. I love you. You guys are amazing. Okay, I'll talk to you soon.